the Underground. I'm Sydnie Morgan.
And I'm Nathan Apodaca. We're bringing you this program today from Illinois Central College.
On today's show, Ranger Jay will be interviewing a local comedian. Snydley will be looking at the hit sci-fi romance, Her. Nathan will be reviewing the game Hammerwatch, and I will be covering entertainment news and fashion.
Joe will be getting the word on the street about what students think about the 2014 Winter Olympics. I will be talking about ICC's Harbinger, and Sydnie will tell us a little bit about 90.7 WAZU. Now we go to Ranger Jay, who is with local comedian Jeff Bailey.
I'm Jason Mullins with the Underground, and today I'm going to be speaking with local comedian Jeff Bailey. Jeff Bailey performs at Jukebox Comedy Club on a regular basis. Jeff's competed in the last comic standing for the Jukebox in 2012 and 2013, placing second in 2012 and winning the competition in 2013. Well, that had to be a little bit unnerving and a little bit fun competing against your peers, but congratulations on your hard work.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Who would you say's works inspired you to do comedy?
Actually, a lot of people. Actually, I would go with probably like George Carlin and Richard Pryor, guys like that. But once I got into comedy, I think it changed a little bit as far as who I looked. I used to look up to guys like that, but I started to realize that there was a lot of guys that were really good that weren't getting the same attention that they probably deserve.
Okay. What was it about like George Carlin that really inspired you to or helped mold you as a comedian?
I always appreciated his comedy writing, and I feel like he was one of those guys that said exactly what he thought, and he wasn't trying to sugarcoat things, and
that is 100% correct.
Right, he was just right to the point. He was right to the point, and I always appreciated that about him, for sure.
And when you were growing up, was there anybody in your family that maybe influenced you,
Oh, yeah. No, I have kind of a weird family of a bunch of people are really funny. My dad, especially, he was always been a really funny guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how long have you been doing comedy, and where do you think it started? Was it in school, or would you say that you really became a comedian when you first got on stage?
It would probably, I mean, it happened, when you first start getting stage time, that's when it really happens, but it starts way before that. Usually, that's when anytime you can have any sort of audience, anybody that's listening to you. And
okay.
So school was definitely that area for me.
So where are some of the places you've performed besides the Jukebox?
Oh, man. I've done quite a bit of places. Right now, I think one of the main places I've been is Memphis on Main, which is in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. And been doing Mason City Limits. I've done that a few times. Okay. Very small town. A lot of these places, there's comedy clubs. I'm sure, I don't even know if people are aware that there are this many comedy clubs around, honestly.
Yeah. Well, so where would be like a bucket list for you to perform?
Oh, man. I'd really like to do, I'd like to go up to Chicago and do like the Laugh Factories, normal places like that, not any
like
place
the Chicago circuit, maybe
right.
The New York circuit, LA circuit, Vegas circuit, just make it to them type of places.
Right. And definitely, the Cellar in New York's a classic comedy place. Sure. There's Laugh Factories out in LA that are really good places, and even St. Louis and Chicago are filled with comedy.
So who have you shared the stage with that a fan of comedy might know? Who have you opened for, or maybe, just went to check out their set?
Actually, I've been really lucky. The Jukebox is seriously one of the only clubs in the country that will let their open micers go up and have the opportunity to get stage time with bigger names. So I've actually had really good luck as far as being able to perform with people that I love. Some of my favorite comedians, Sean Rouse, people like that. Ryan Singer was the first time I got to feature for anyone. He's a really, really good comic out of Ohio. Okay. And I've gotten to perform with Brian Posehn before Brian Posehn. I've gotten to get guest sets and stuff like that. So I've been really lucky to get shows like that. It's awesome.
It's outstanding to give you the opportunity to really work with him and see how it's done.
Steve-O's going to be there this week, and I'd gotten that show before. That was really fun. It's great to get all the opportunities, and not just me, a bunch of really good people at the Jukebox.
So you can check Jeff Bailey and other fine local comedians out at the Jukebox Comedy Club, Wednesday through Saturday. It's at 3527 West Farmington Road. The best way to get a seat is to call the Jukebox at 309-673-5853. You can also check out upcoming shows at jukeboxcomedy.com. And back to you guys in studio. Thanks.
Thanks, Ranger Jay. Now we go to Snydley Cinema Second.
Hey everyone, Snydley here to bring you the latest in cinema gold. Today I'm going to be reviewing the sci-fi romance, which is getting a lot of buzz, Spike Jonze's Her.
Good morning, Theodore.
Good morning.
You have a meeting in 5 minutes. You want to try getting out of bed? Get up!
You're too funny.
Theodore, I saw in your emails that you'd gone through a breakup recently.
You're kind of nosy.
Am I? You'll get used to it.
The story centers around Theodore, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who is seeking love after a recent separation with his wife, and he finds it in the form of his computer's operating system. The artificial intelligent operating system, which names herself Samantha, voiced by Scarlett Johansson, hits it off with Theodore, and their relationship flourishes. This film does a great job humanizing a non-human character. Most sci-fi movies make their AI cold and calculated, but Samantha comes off as compassionate and caring. This allows the audience to warm up to her as if she wasn't just a disembodied voice coming from a smartphone. Joaquin Phoenix does a wonderful job interacting with someone who's not really there. Theodore's actions and mannerisms feel as though Samantha was right in the room with him. The film takes place in the future, but not the distant future. Though the date is never specified, the setting looks not too much different from present day, with only slight touches of technological advancement. Everything looks a bit cleaner, a little more eco-friendly, but not way too far out there. Not jetpacks or flying cars or food that comes in pill form. The only thing I found about the future that I was snickering at was the costumes. Theodore rocks a 70s stash with thick glasses and slacks that rode higher than a 90-year-old man's. It's clear that in the future, the hipsters will conquer the world. Overall, the movie is really good. The characters kept me guessing as to where their relationship would keep going. I found myself not getting bored. This film really does earn its Screenplay Golden Globe, as well as its 5 Oscar nominations. I give her my seal of approval. That's all my time. Now back to Nathan and Sydney.
Thanks, Snydley. Now, Sydney, take it away with entertainment and fashion.
The former Jersey Shore star Jenny J. Wow Farley has just recently announced that she's having a baby girl. In an interview she did with US Weekly, the 27-year-old stated that though she pictured a boy the whole time, deep down she thinks that she knew it was going to be a girl. J-Wow and best friend Snooki are both excited that Snooki's son Lorenzo will soon have a new BFF or maybe even a future lover. There was some shocking news for Believers early morning on Thursday, January 23rd. Pop superstar Justin Bieber was charged with drunk driving, resisting arrest, and driving without a valid license after police saw the Bieb street racing. According to CNN, a Miami Beach officer saw the 19-year-old driving a yellow Lamborghini racing in a race against a red Ferrari in a residential area of Miami Beach. Reports say that the cars were going about 55 to 60 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour speed zone. Though this is the first time Justin has been arrested, he has gotten in lots of close trouble with the law as of lately, from possible egging his neighbor's house to other reports of him speeding around his neighborhood in Calabasas, California. In fashion news, with the 2014 Winter Olympics underway, what better way to get ready for it than by getting matching Team USA uniforms? These very patriotic uniforms were made by Ralph Lauren and consist of a printed cardigan, white turtleneck, and fleece athletic pants. The look was also accessorized with a reindeer hat and black leather boots. If you happen to look amazing in red, white, and blue, you can actually buy the entire outfit for yourself at ralphlauren.com or teamusashop.com. Plus, 10% of the proceeds of the cardigan will go to the U.S. Olympic Committee. Now this next look is definitely double take worthy. Lady Gaga, who is known for her crazy and abnormal looks, took the red carpet recently in a beautiful Romano Cabeza dress. This dress is made of a lovely gold sheen fabric and has an asymmetrical top that adds a modern flair to the classic 1920s tiny cinched waist. Gaga finished her look off with a simple pearl earring and a light pink lipstick. The only slightly off thing about the outfit are the jewels above her eyebrows, but we've decided we can let that small detail slide since it doesn't take away from the overall look. And now here's Nathan with a game review.
Thanks, Sydney. Today I'll be looking at the game Hammerwatch. Hammerwatch is a 2D dungeon crawler for up to 4 players that does its best to recreate the feel of the classics. After the only bridge out collapses, you ascend Castle Hammerwatch to try and find another way. Is that really the story? Honestly, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that the bridge is out, and the only thing between you and the way out is hordes upon hordes of enemies, traps, and puzzles. Speaking of which, you will die a lot. One way that Hammerwatch throws back to the classics is by being relentless. While you can change the difficulty, use modifiers to make the game easier or harder, and it is generous with the extra lives, you will find yourself swarmed by acid-spitting worms, stuck in spike pits, and standing in the wrong place when a buddy decides to push a button. Of course, does that mean you shouldn't play with friends? Absolutely not. Part of the difficulty of Hammerwatch is the sheer number of enemies it throws at you, and having at least one friend to help you out can be vital. And playing with friends adds just a certain bit of atmosphere to the game that is otherwise lost. When they join, players have a choice of 4 classes: the Paladin, the Wizard, the Ranger, and the Warlock. Each class has their own attacks and their own benefits. Warlocks have a poisonous knife and a lightning ball that chains between enemies, while the Paladin has a powerful sword and the ability to charge at enemies. If you're looking for something to play, I would highly recommend Hammerwatch. It's currently available for PC, Mac, and Linux and can be purchased through Steam for $10 or $8 through their website, hammerwatch.com. And now here's Jewel with what the students think of the 2014 Winter Olympics.
This is Jewel with another edition of Street Talk. Today I have the pleasure of talking to
Paul Beiersdorf.
Wade Dilzo.
K-Mac.
Elizabeth Ford. Abby.
Demarion Maxwell.
Which sport would be your favorite sport to watch?
Probably be snowboarding.
Snowboarding, and may I ask why?
White, man. I think his name is Sean White.
Oh.
He a bad boy.
Yes.
I think the downhill is unbelievably exciting. I think that would be amazing to do that.
Bobsledding.
Bobsledding, and why is that? Is it the speed? Is it the camaraderie? Why do you like that as your favorite event?
Speed and watching people actually get out on the ice and slide around.
I'd say figure skating because I think it's so beautiful and graceful.
Ice skating.
And may I ask why?
I have an aunt who actually went to the Olympics back in the late 80s, and she went as an ice skater.
I would have to say snowboarding or skiing.
And could I ask why?
It's just a lot of excitement, different tricks, hundreds of feet in the air. It's thrilling.
Now, if you had to participate in any event, which one would you participate in?
I'd probably say bobsledding because you go wicked fast and stuff.
Probably be hockey, man.
Hockey?
Because it's physical.
That's right. I could see you as a good defenseman.
Yeah.
You'd be taking care of that puck.
Yeah, I like that.
I need something safe but yet fun. I'm gonna go with ice skating.
Ice skating?
I'm gonna go with ice skating.
Now, would you want to do the single one, or would you rather have the partner and do the partner one?
Let's add a female partner and let's make it spicy.
There you go. D's going to be melting the ice out here.
Yeah, I'm melting the ice out there tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, this has been Jewel McPike with another version of Street Talk. All right, D, thanks, man.
Yeah, take it easy.
Thanks, Jewel. Now on to Nathan with a word about the Harbinger.
If you want to know more about what's going on in and around ICC, be sure to check out The Harbinger. Written and edited by students, it covers news, features, sports, and student life. If you want to learn more, be sure to pick up the latest copy, go to their website, iccharbinger.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Twitter.
WAZU got its start in 2010, which makes it still a very new station. A good portion of the shows on this station are produced by people of the ICC community, including former and previous students, staff, faculty, and more. The ICC This Week newscast is a full half hour of ICC-oriented news, events, and sports. This particular show didn't start up until October 2012, debuting yours truly as their very first anchor. Some other shows that are featured on this station are Art Cart, that is all things art, hosted by Chris Tapp, Tech Cafe, hosted by Mike Hill and Zach Mirakimi, which talks about the latest in technology and gaming news. Poets Voices, hosted by ICC English professor Dr. Jim Sullivan, consists of interviews with Central Illinois poets. Cave to Rave, which is 2 hours of raised music, hosted by Guy Techno Bear Curtis, and Strictly Hip Hop, which is 2 hours of hip hop, hosted by DJ Lavish and DJ Smooth. This is only a small list of what is on 90.7 FM. For a full list, go to wazufm.org. Also, for those interested in volunteering or interning for the station, there are currently openings for news and sports reporters on ICC this week. Thanks for watching.
Join us next time for another installment of The Underground and find out what's going on at ICC and the Peoria area.